Yo, what is going on, everybody? It's Juan Solo here with A Squad Gaming, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for tuning in once again for some more Ghost Recon. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the possibility of there being a Ghost Field Operations base in the next Ghost Recon. We're going to be going over earlier iterations of this in previous Ghost Recon games and how the developers could expand upon this and turn it into a fully fleshed out customizable feature for the next mainline Ghost Recon game. But with that being said, real quick before we hop into it, if you guys go on to enjoy the video, a like rating would be super appreciated. Also, for those of you that may be new to the channel, make sure to subscribe and turn on those post notifications so you do not miss any of my future uploads. A massive shout out for all of you guys that watched my previous video talking about a new Ghost team coming to the next Ghost Recon. You guys showed a lot of support on that, and I love some of your guys' ideas on what they could do with a new Ghost team in the next game. But with that being said, over 60% of you that are currently watching my videos are still not subscribed to the channel. So if you are enjoying the content, make sure to hit that subscribe button along with that bell notification icon, because we are going to be continuing to roll out new content here on the channel. Also, if you're feeling like showing a little extra love, you can click the link down below in the description to become a channel member. There's some pretty cool perks that you can get from becoming a channel member, so make sure to check that out down below. So getting into the main topic of today's video, talking about the possibility of a field operations base for the Ghosts in the next game. So first off, we have to start all the way back in Ghost Recon Wildlands with the rally point system that was first introduced in that game. And overall, this was basically just a glorified fast travel system where there were a number of rally points throughout each region of the map, and it was mainly just used for fast travel, but you could also refill your ammo in Ghost mode, and this was the only place that you could actually change your loadout in Ghost mode as well. Any other mode, it was specifically used just for fast travel, but I do believe that they could expand upon this system in the next game. Moving into Ghost Recon Breakpoint, they replaced the rally points with the new bivouac system that allowed you to do a number of other things other than just refill your ammo. There were new mechanics that were introduced in Ghost Recon Breakpoint that you had access to at the bivouacs, including changing your class, customizing your loadout, deploying specific vehicles, and more. This was a cool feature, but I feel like it wasn't fully fleshed out like it could be in the next game. So I'm going to be doing a dedicated video talking about a territorial control system for the next Ghost Recon game, but I did want to briefly bring it up here because I feel like the rally point or bivouac system should not be fully accessible throughout the entire map right from the start of the game. I feel like you should have to explore kind of like you had to in Ghost Recon Breakpoint to find the bivouacs, but I feel like there should be some sort of a territory control system that ties directly into this, similar to the Operation Motherland DLC, that would make it so that you didn't have access to the fast travel system in certain regions unless you took control or at least took down a base or something along those lines to get a proper foothold in the region. Along with that, there needs to be a system in place that allows enemy factions to retake over regions, which would then deny you access to those rally points, hence eliminating the ability to fast travel in that region until you retake it from the enemy faction. This would allow for a lot of replayability and longevity when it comes to the core systems in the game, but this is mainly a topic for a separate video. But with that being said, moving on into the actual base of operations or the field operations base for the Ghosts, I think this is something that they could have as a social hub similar to Era 1 and Ghost Recon Breakpoint, but by fully fleshing it out and making it an immersive living experience where we can upgrade it similar to the base of operations that's in the Division franchise. Being a Ghost team sent to a foreign country, eventually you're going to be running out of the supplies that you brought with you. So setting up a field operations base where you can collect ammo, weapons, upgrade different things in the actual field operations base itself, it only makes sense for the next step in the Ghost Recon franchise. Allowing you to go out and complete missions and gather supplies to fully support the field operations base would add another level of progression that would help lengthen the game's lifespan, but the developers would definitely have to be careful with this and make it so that it's not a tedious task, because people wouldn't enjoy that if it were the case. Part of this field operations base could also involve supporting a local rebel system like it was in Ghost Recon Wildlands, allowing us to go out and gather resources so that if we got into a pinch, we can use those resources to call in rebel supports. Having a full-blown armory where we could customize weapons in an immersive way rather than just going into an in-game menu and doing it, I think would be pretty cool. Also, fully fleshing it out so it's a social hub that works properly. Ghost Recon Breakpoint's Erewhon social hub was a mess from the very start, and I know when you guys hear social hub, you immediately want to click that dislike button. But if they do it right, this is where you could have a certain amount of people in there that you could go group up with and go play co-op with if you're a solo player. I think this would be a cool feature. Rather than just jumping into a matchmaking screen, you could be playing in your solo instance, go into the field operations base where there are other ghosts customizing their weapons or gearing up to go back out into the open world, and you could team up with them and just go into a co-op instance rather than just playing by yourself, but by doing it in an immersive way rather than just selecting it from an in-game menu. That is one of the core things that I want the developers to focus on for the next game, making it feel like an immersive experience rather than just jumping from one menu to the next continuously. That was one of the biggest things with Ghost Recon Breakpoint. Basically everything you did in the game required you to go to a separate in-game menu to do this or do that. Rather than keeping you locked in the game, it was an immersion breaking experience all the way across the board, from opening your tactical map, going in and swapping out items in your item wheel, even going in and switching weapons from your gear score and everything like that. You were constantly doing menu management throughout the game. And this is definitely something that developers need to look at and try to lock you in that immersive experience across the board rather than having you constantly going in and out of menus. But I would like to hear you guys' thoughts on this down below, because a base of operations or a field operations base for the Ghosts is a huge step. I know a lot of you guys want to go back to that old school Ghost Recon feel, and I feel like the field operations base could be a little bit gimmicky for some of you guys that want the pure Ghost Recon experience. But a lot of people said with Ghost Recon Breakpoint, there wasn't a lot of things to do other than going through and replaying missions in different ways, doing the end game raid and stuff like that. So having a field operations base that you could constantly upgrade, do different things, doing missions to support the field operations base, gathering supplies to support rebels or other things that are a part of the field operations base, I think it's just something that would add another layer of progression that would keep people engaged in wanting to play the game. I didn't want to get too carried away with this video, so that is where I'm going to wrap it up. Make sure to let me know your thoughts on this down below. Do you want to see a field operations base or a base of operations in the next Ghost Recon game? Would you rather see a return of the standard bivouac or rally point system, or do you want to see something completely different? Like I said, make sure to let me know all of those thoughts down below. But with that being said, that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, you are excited about the possibility of a customizable field operations base being in the next Ghost Recon, make sure to drop a like on the video and also subscribe if you are new to stay up to date on all content surrounding the Ghost Recon franchise here on the channel moving forward. But that is going to do it for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.